Hey guys, GameBoy3800 here once again, and today I have another laptop review. Today we are taking a look at something very special and something that needs to be constantly wiped clean. This is the Eurocom Emperor 590K, or as I have been dubbing it in my videos, the Alienware mALX-R2, because that's basically what it is. Now, if you don't know, the Alienware mALX-R1 was my first laptop review, and now we've come full circle, with this being my latest. This is a massive 19-inch display with a dual-core AMD processor, and we're going to get more into details now. So as always with my laptop reviews, I like to go over the exterior first, and this time, all plastic. All fingerprint zoo plastic, thus requiring constant care to make sure it's clean. And then as soon as you look away and look back, it's covered in dust. There's not much you can do about that. So, and next up I like to go over the ports. On the front there is a big lot of nothing. On the left side we have a DVD drive that is off color, but it still works. Oh, right, that's a piece of plastic from working with thermal pads. Okay. Last thing we have on the left side here is some audio jacks. I'm trying to make sure you can see that. There you go. I have the blinds open to get a little bit of natural light in, to be a little bit different. You can see like all of my room now. On the back we have where all the ports are. We have, I believe that's S-Video, input or output, serial port of all things, 2 USBs, phone line, lots of venting, and then power, DVI, and PS2 port. And then the right side has 3 USBs, external antennas for Wi-Fi, SD card reader, gigabit LAN that you can't really see, there you go, IR receiver. And then we have a FireWire, and I believe this is, what would that be? PCMCIA. And then the bottom, it's kind of nothing but venting, but we expected this. We have 4 fan intakes. In reality, this only has 3 fans, because this can have 2 video cards, 2 GeForce cards, but right now it only has 1 Quadro card. I tried for the longest time trying to source 2 GeForce cards to put into this, but they're so hard to come by, so yep. Now this is a battery. It is long dead, but it has a rubber foot on it, so that's cool. The mALX I had before did not have a rubber foot. So let's go ahead and open this up. See that I've already ruined the back panel with fingerprints. And here's the mouse and touchpad area. Now, huge palm rest. Trackpad is real good. It has 2 dedicated mouse buttons. Unfortunately, it seems that, yep, the left mouse button sticks if we press at the very bottom left, but it comes right back up. Right button is fine. Now the keyboard is my favorite keyboard of all time on the laptop. It's hard to press down at first, but then it gets easier. Almost like a mechanical switch, but it is all membrane. It feels really nice. Up top we have some tool keys. So we have like Bluetooth on and off, SLI on and off, or 3D view on and off. And by 3D view, I don't mean it's got a 3D screen. I mean the graphics card goes into 3D mode to give it the most power. Because this came out at a time when video cards had 2 speeds, slow and fast, instead of all being variable like it is today. Slow speed would be for web browsing, and fast speed would be for 3D graphics and gaming. Being that this is a Quadro card inside, this would be for 3D workstation use. But we're going to see today if we can still play games. I've gone and plugged it up. I'll tilt you up to the screen. You can see that it's got a webcam, but it's not all that great. And power up. This huge laptop has two 2.5-inch drive bays, so I have one hard drive and one solid-state drive. The solid-state drive is the boot drive, so it will take no time at all to boot up. And as you'll hear, it'll be fairly quiet as well. Only really kicking things up when it's doing actual work. The biggest issue with this old machine is getting drivers for it. Because the old Alienware site for the Alienware machine has died. And then you can only get Vista drivers for this. And some are not really compatible with Windows 7. Like the Wi-Fi driver, it just refuses to install on any platform. Battery is charging, but it won't last at all if I unplug it. So let's not do that. I'm going to go ahead and bring up the system so that you can see the full specs. The full specs for this machine are an AMD Turon 64X2 TL66 at 2.3 GHz. It's got 4 gigs of memory, and the Quadro FX 2500M has 512 megs of video memory. I've heard that it has about the same power as a 7950 or 7900 GTX, but I am not really sure about that. Now we can go ahead and test it on all my other old Alienware machines. I've tested it with Bioshock. So we will do the same. First, let me go ahead and log into Steam. Alright, here we are at the desktop. It's being a little bit loud because I just tested Bioshock. And I have found some good playable settings, I believe. Or at least at the menu, it's nice and good. And you can hear that once we get going, the fans will start to ramp up a bit, but the speakers are more than loud enough to compensate. Let's go to options so that you can see what I'm running at. Graphics options. Everything on high. Don't know why I didn't save. There we go, at the graphics thing here. We seem to be good. Alright, new game. Let's see how I can handle the opening cutscene. I don't know how well you're going to be able to hear me, so I'm just going to play and let you see.
They told me, son, you're special. You were born to do great things. You know what? They were right.
Alright, so we have risen out of the water. This is usually a really hard part for a lot of older systems. So let's see how this one does at full resolution at high settings. We're hovering around 17 FPS. Let's go ahead and do the first mission and see how it performs. Looking at that big explosion. Usually it's once we get inside that the frames start catching up. If they don't, I will turn the resolution down to 1280 by 800 and see how it does there. The camcorders picking up their faces.
I am Andrew Ryan, and I'm here to ask you a question. Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow? No, says the man in Washington, it belongs to the poor. No, says the man in the Vatican, it belongs to God. No, says the man in Moscow, it belongs to everyone. I rejected those answers. Instead, I chose something different. I chose the impossible. I chose rapture. A city where the artist would not fear the censor, where the scientist would
I
not
probably need to
bow
configure
by
the speakers because it sounds like it's only coming out of the bottom left. This laptop has 4 speakers, but it seems to be only be using one of them. It's probably a configuration error on my part. I just installed the driver and let it go because it sounded okay. Maybe you need to actually set it up for quad channel. I will see if that is the case for the next game we test. Alright, so once we load up here, we'll see how the frames are. If they're not above 30 consistently, I will drop the resolution to 1280 by 800. That is still a very playable, very pretty to look at resolution. Alright, let's go ahead and drop it a bit. There we go. We should have less frame dips now. Lovely.
Is it someone new?
Would you kindly pick up that shortwave radio? I don't know how you survived that plane crash, but I've never been one to question Providence. I'm Atlas, and I aim to keep you alive.
Sure you
Keep on
do.
moving. We're gonna have to get you to higher ground. Take a deep breath and step out of the bathysphere. I won't leave you twisting in the wind. We're gonna need to draw her out of hiding, but you're gonna have to trust me.
I'll wrap you in a sheet.
Just a bit more. How do you like that, mister? Now, would you kindly find a crowbar or something? Bloody splicer sealed Johnny in before they... Goddamn splicers. Steady now. Your genetic code is being rewritten. Just hold on and everything will be fine.
This little fish looks like he just had his cherry popped. Wonder if he's still got some Adam on him. Let's buck weak. You're a weak shopper. This little fish ain't worth telling him when I think that yellow always has been. You'll be no better off than Metal Daddy, little fish. See you floating from my
Look, Mr. Bubbles, it's an angel. I can see light coming from his belly. Wait a minute, he's still breathing. It's all right. I know he'll be an angel soon.
And that's as far as I'm going to go. You can see that I had some frame dips. I am not entirely sure why it's having frame dips. Maybe I need to turn down the settings to a medium instead of high. Maybe it's running low on VRAM. Let's see what Task Manager has to say. I was using a lot of memory, but it wasn't being capped by it, so I don't think it was a system memory. I think it was a video memory issue there. So yeah, you can see about how well that performed. It does okay for what it's worth. It's got one video card, not meant for gaming. It's got a workstation card. So, you know, I think it does okay. You can try out Borderlands 1. Probably has to set that up though. Yep, I'll be back. Alright, here we are in... Shut up, Claptrap. Here we are in Borderlands 1. It's not going to do too good at this game. This game came out way past this computer's prime at late 2009. This came out early 2007. You can see we're on low settings, everything is off. And at the menu we're getting 20 frames. And we're at 1024 by 768. That's not looking too pretty. We can try to do something here. Let's see if I can kill anything. And I forgot to tune the speakers, so apologies for bad game audio, but what are you gonna do? Will it ever load? It should. In theory, it's installed to the SSD, so it shouldn't take too long to load. Here we are. Alright. Borderlands 1 is not as fast-paced, so it can run at mid-20s fine. And you wouldn't be losing out on much. So, let's see if that can be the case. I killed something. Hooray. There we go, we killed a few things. I wasn't keeping track of the frame counter, but at this resolution and detail, it is just playable. I don't know how well it will do at a more intense scenes, but I can only presume it would get some pretty bad frame dips. And that's all I'm going to test for today. I think that shows a pretty good demonstration of this unit's power. It's more rare than it is powerful, I will say that. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, then please go ahead and leave a like, favorite, comment, share, and of course, don't forget to subscribe as well. Thanks, Game Boy out. I will see you in the future.